Going
There's
live.
not a filler arc. Never mind. There's only like 2 episodes before the Grand Magic ends. You're making good progress, Heath.
Yeah, we're live, by the way.
Yeah. Like and subscribe.
Hello.
Just gotta promote the stream.
Like and subscribe, chat.
And Treecko, shine, motherfucker.
Yeah, shine, motherfucker.
Please shine.
We want to move on.
Treecko, if you don't shine, we're forced to get Kayla Kitty, Kayla Chew, Kayla Tails, and Mammal Swine on your ass if you don't shine.
No big cookie.
Mostly Mammal Swine because Mammal Swine's super effective.
What's up, Ash? Alright, I'm trying to get this stream to share to my Discord. There we go. I think I got it in there. Oh, I should probably turn on my ring light. I just realized how pixelated it was. Yeah, Bri, I forgot how much of a banger the Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains opening was. It's been in my head all day.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It'll be in your head a lot more often.
I have a photo on my phone somewhere from like last year where I walked into a Taco Bell and they had a little poster up or something advertising like their new stuff, and like in all purple letters it said "Spring into the Bell," and so I took a photo and I sent it to my friend CJ, and I said, "Spring into the bell," or whatever it was Yusaku from Brain said, because he says "Link into the Brains" all the time. I thought it was so stupid. I was like, I have to take a photo of this. I'm not gonna unsee it.
Link into the brains.
Spring into the bell.
You know, I saw this video today of this guy doing like a Beyblade battle.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's like fidget spinners on steroids.
Oh, I saw that with the fire.
Beyblade was before fidget spinner, you dumb fuck.
You're right, it was, yeah.
The Beyblade themes are also burned into my memory.
Wasn't a huge fan.
Huh?
I wasn't really a huge fan of Beyblade.
Well, there was Beyblade, I think then there was Beyblade Masters. Then there was the metal ones, because the original ones were plastic. There was, I think it was Beyblade Metal Fusion, which is like the most popular one. Then Beyblade Metal Masters, kind of like a revamp on the Beyblade Masters. And then after that, I lost track. I know the newest one's Beyblade Burst or something like that.
Yeah, the Beyblades these days like explode.
Dude, I remember in middle school, like, a buddy of mine would bring a Beyblade Stadium to school, and we'd all bring our Beyblades. And I think it was mine, but one of them, like, exploded upon impact because it got too loose. Because, like, you have to keep those things tight. Because the high rotation and the power from them clanging against each other just slowly loosens the face bolt.
Yeah, I was more of a Bakugan guy.
I love Bakugan too, but like Bakugan and Beyblade both, I feel like were companies and corporations' next like desperate grasp on trying to jump on the same train that Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon created as a cultural phenomenon, and the shock they created for our youth. They're like, oh, like let's sling something else out. And though I think they were both good, I loved Bakugan and Beyblade, and still do. They just weren't comparable to Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon, especially the like lifetime imprint they put on people.
Yeah, you're right.
You forgot to add everyone under that stream link?
Oh, did I?
I think so.
Yeah, you did.
You gotta have permissions to send messages in this channel. Yeah, you're right.
Did I? Did I? Did I do? That's right, you just talked. Ash with that $2. Do I have to do push-ups, my friendo? Or are you just doing it to do it?
And gangsters cry.
Cause lately it's been weighing on my mind.
That's how I recommend it. Nations, yeah.
Trouble in Bikini Bottom.
Mermaid Man, where are you?
Evil. Ash, do I gotta do push-ups or not? I need to know. And I know they'd only be.
Just donated. You didn't say anything.
I don't know if like it'll just be 2 push-ups, of course, but I'm waiting for the day someone randomly comes in and like just drops a $200 bomb and says, "Do them all right now." And I'll be like, wait.
Wait. Calm down.
Calm down. No.
Of course I do. Okay. I'll give you options, alright? I'll give you 3 choices. Am I doing option A, normal push-ups? Option 2, clap push-ups? Or option 3, one-hand push-ups? I have one that I really want him to pick. I'm just not going to say what it is because I don't want to influence his decision.
That's fair.
The third one, dang it. I wanted to do the clap push-ups. Oh well. He said one-hand push-ups. I love clap push-ups. They're fun. Okay, one-hand push-ups. I don't even know if I can do 2, to be honest. We'll see. Oh, wait. I have boxes of Yu-Gi-Oh cards on the floor. I gotta move these things. I forgot they were in my floor. I turned around, I was like, wait.
My allergies are starting to kick my butt now.
I was going through my bulk earlier. Okay. Let's see if I can even do 2.
Bless you.
Thank you.
1, Okay, there we go. Back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. We have some drops ready for you. Oh, Heath, we got the Blood Moon weather. I accepted it already, so we can do it on our customs. Yeah, I was looking for some cards for a friend earlier through all my bulk boxes and forgot to put them away. I just turned around and I was like, what? Huh? Yeah, I'm probably not doing the proper form for one-arm push-ups. I never learned how to do that. But hey, it works, it works. That's probably not a good thing to say. That's probably how I'm gonna end up in the hospital one day. If it works, it works.
If it ain't, don't fix it.
Alright, chat. After this encounter, I'm gonna go into the kitchen really quickly and get me my pizza. Because I am starving randomly, and I got some pea shit. Alright, I'll be right back. Bartholomew Kuma is in charge. He is the past pizza. Alright. I got my pizza. Yo, Trebs! Welcome, Trebalebs. Where's the music? Oh, there it is. It was on a fade-in.
Where is my music?
Honey, where's my super soup?
Man,
Where is my
man.
super soup? Why do you need it?
Man.
Sec chat.
There we go.
How you doing, Trebs?
Little dicks.
I would apologize a couple weeks ago. I wasn't in a good place. Was taking out wherever I could. Love you. Want to apologize for that. You're good, bro. I just, you know, I have rules for the stream that I expect everyone to abide by. And, like, you're a long-time friend of the channel. So, like, I mean, it did aggravate me. But I wasn't going to hold it against you. It wasn't like you were some random. I was like, alright, banned, you know? But, nah, you're good. Where am I going to put this pizza? I don't have room to put this anywhere.
What's up with Z and eating your door?
That's Z's old addiction, eating doors.
Imagine eating a door. Maybe.
Couldn't be me.
I don't think you probably could even like eat a door. A door's too big.
Is it cake or fake?
Well, I appreciate that, Trebs.
Oh, that's funny. No. know. No chasing me. That's sus. I love you, Swine Up, but that's really kind of sus.
Who doesn't love Swine Up?
That's a good question.
Oh, I thought it was
Okay, if
Swino.
somebody doesn't love Swine Up, then they got a real issue. The Swine Up's line are really good Pokemon.
I've come up with a new
What am I-
nickname for Bri.
Hmm?
I shall now refer to you as Brynub.
Not the first one to say that.
And Bartholomew Kuma,
You're probably-
of course.
You're like the third person to say that, but still.
Okay, I will call you. I thought I came up with that, so instead I should just call you Bartholomew Kuma, because I know I'm the only one that calls you that.
You are, yes.
You don't love him, then you're wrong. That's right, Trebs. That's right. Swine Up is awesome. Also, who asked me about eating doors? That would be Heath. Also, let me just go on record and say right now, chat, the Little Caesars down the highway I live on does not know how to cut pizza.
Pizza.
I don't know how to cut pizza
Pizza
either. But at least I know the slices are supposed to be around the same size. These people had slices that were like this big, like if you see how big the slice is, and then they have one that's like this big on the right side of my hand, like tiny, tiny. Like they just wouldn't cut it symmetrically. And guys, I know some of you guys are gonna look at me and be like, Little Caesars? You mean cardboard? First off, I love cardboard, alright? Because Yu-Gi-Oh! But second of all, I lived on Little Caesars a little bit, and Taco Bell and Moe's when I was in college. So like I love Little Caesars. You know, CC's is really good too. The only pizza I don't like is Domino's. And hear me out. It's because they use a lot of like oil and stuff, and for some reason every time I like bite into it, I taste the oil. It's too much for me. I can't do it. Love Papa John's, fantastic pizza.
Yeah.
Love Marco's pizza. Marco's has really great pizza. And of course any like authentic like Chicago style pizza or anything like that.
That's fair.
Give me that pop-up
Oh,
pause.
your door's on.
Yeah, Heath, your door's on fire.
Oh man.
Papa John's the only one you don't like? That's fair. I've heard some people say they don't like Papa John's.
I don't mind it.
Same, I don't mind it either.
I love Papa John's.
It wouldn't be my first
meat
choice,
lovers
but
pizza.
Like when it comes to like the topping on the pizza, I'm a Kevin McAllister kind of person. I love them cheese pizza.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
I love that movie. That's a good movie.
I think my first choice is Marco's Pizza. They have such a good meat lovers.
We don't have that out here.
Now let me tell you guys,
Oof.
I would love to have the pizza from the Goofy movie, alright? That pizza looks bussin'.
Bussin'.
Would I rather have Chuck E. Cheese and Papa John's? I haven't had Chuck E. Cheese pizza since I was like a child.
Oh my gosh, Chuck E. Cheese. That's a throwback.
You mean the place that reuses
Eagle
their
one.
pizza?
It's so good, super cheap. Large meat lovers, jalapeno delivery, $12. That's great. I probably still have some Chuck E. Cheese tokens in like this little bank in my closet from when I was a kid, where I just threw a bunch of coins. I have a silver dollar.
Kind of like Chuck E. Cheese. We have in a lot of the states there's Dave and Buster's, which is like Chuck E. Cheese basically.
There's just adult Chuck
Yeah.
E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Chuck E. Cheese.
It's Chuck E. Cheese with a bar.
I Actually, fun fact. Me and Robbie, we figured this out recently.
Susan B. Anthony,
That,
nice.
Turtle Youth. Speaking of Goofy, that
Yeah.
there's a thing that me and Robbie didn't know whatsoever. So the voice actor of Goofy confirmed that he's not a dog.
Yeah. It was never a dog.
He was never a
But
dog.
me and Robbie didn't know that.
But I am, because I got that dog in me.
Damn it, you.
Until I looked it up, on Google it said like he is a cow. Actually, that makes sense because Clarabelle is a cow. It was like interesting thing. We didn't never knew that me and Robbie didn't know that. Like they say, you'll learn something new every day.
Yerp. Dog and turtle dialing his FBI agent. Yeah, I got that dog in me.
What I had for dinner tonight was some chili. My mom made some chili.
Some chili.
It's been like a long time since I've had chili. I don't remember the last time until tonight since I had chili.
Been like a month.
It was bussin', I'll say that though.
Z said I hate chili.
Damn, bro. Well, that's understandable. Not a lot of people like chili.
I like chili with like a lot of shredded cheese and corn chips mixed in it and beans.
What the?
That's what
Beans.
I
What the heck?
I put them corn chips and cheese and sour cream in it. I know probably a number of people don't put sour cream in their chili, but I do.
You know, I'm really tempted to try and find a coupon or something for like a Taco Bell 5-layer burrito from like the early 2000s and be like, hey, yeah, I got this coupon. Will you guys honor it? I'm like, yeah, bring it around. Let's check it out. And I hand it to them. And it says like 5-layer burrito for 50 cents or something. And they're like, sir, this is from 2002. I just want to see what they say.
This is from 2002. We will not be redeeming this.
I don't know if the 5-layer burrito was out in 2002. I'm gonna Google this right now. I'm very curious. When did the 5-layer burrito come out? 2009. December 23rd, specifically.
Oh.
What's
Marina.
up, Desi? I hope I say your name right, and I apologize if I say this wrong. Rianne? Rianne? Any shiny dogs? Yes, 1. I got it at 2,206 encounters, I think. We made a little bit of YouTube short about it. But yeah, just 1. It's Ryan. Okay. Good to know. How long have I been trying for Treecko? I don't know, like what, month and a half?
Yeah.
But
about
I was-
a month and a half.
But I've been going for like a year and a half, 2 years on Aron on Emerald, where I've just been doing random encounters. I'm over like 24,000 encounters. Have not found a single shiny, even as a phase. I'm just taking a little break from that one and just working on Treecko. Yikes, man. Yeah, I just have horrible luck. 94.52? That would be amazing, because then we work on Ralts. That's my phase 1. What? Did I just pass something?
No.
Okay. I don't know what Z's talking about. Currently hunting Lugia and Soul Silver, really testing my patience. I understand.
He's probably talking about the Poochyena.
Well, yeah, that's my phase 1 for
Yeah, I
this
think-
hunt, but not for Aron.
Yeah, there's no. I don't. Yeah, you
There
never
wasn't
played
this.
with Auron.
For Aron, but I haven't phased for Aron.
But for Treecko, yeah.
Yeah, in the Aron hunt, I never found a single shiny. Like, no random encounters, nothing. Then I started this hunt from
Yeah.
0. Is that not how that works?
No, it is. You're right.
Okay. I'm not right very often, so. Haven't played the game ever, I just want to move on to my life, but you're in too deep. Oh! Yeah, Z, I got you, yeah. My phase 1 is over 24,000 encounters, yeah. And I'm very afraid to resume that hunt. I will resume it, I'm scared. I just look at Aron,
Understandably
and
so.
I'm just like, I'm tired of this, Grandpa. And he turns around and is like, well, that's too dang bad. And then I get thrown another Zubat that's not shiny or something.
You get thrown a Zubat, you get thrown
Makuhita.
another Aron. Yeah, you get thrown a Makuhita. You're kinda just-
And then Turtle doesn't play Scarlet and Violet because that's a habit in Scarlet and Violet that you most of the time, a lot of times you would phase.
Yeah. I haven't touched the game in months. No desire to.
That was the only mostly reason why I basically play is like either to grind for more Urbas or to, like the event terror raids, like the starter terror raids. So the last one, the one before this one, which is the last one, was a dart. It was a 7-star
For sure, Desi, for sure.
Dark
Yo,
for
Looms.
alligator terror raid.
Yeah. Because Torterra
This-
started today, right?
Turtle giving
This
fear
last
Aron a new
one-
good lore.
The last one that's out now is a 7-star ground Terra type Torterra.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Well, it looks like, so I watched a friend of mine's video, so it looks like what he has is Earth Power, Earthquake, and Shell Smash.
My
Not
overall
Shell
goal?
Smash.
I don't know, I'd like to marry a hot goth girl or hot Latino woman, you know? But if you're talking about Pokemon, I'd like to get my shiny Treecko. Next, we'll be getting Ralts. I'm just gonna be playing through the game, catching some shinies that I really like. But almost autocorrected a Yoo-hoo. I never say that. Good lord. Yeah, a hot goth girl, a hot Latina woman. That's my overall goal.
Oh, no,
And you
that's
you
weird.
think I'm joking. You think I'm joking, but I'm not. It wasn't a joke, yes, but I'm also serious.
Oh no, I know you're serious.
Yeah. Especially the goth woman, man. Like, there's some girls I look at, I'm like, this girl would absolutely ruin my life. I'm gonna go talk to her.
She can ruin my life any day.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna say a name, Bri. And only you will get it. Because no one in this call has seen it but you. Vanica. She could ruin my life.
Who is that from?
Black Clover. The last season.
Oh, you're right. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
It was like basically,
Yeah,
I was telling the truth. How dare you guys think I'd lie to you?
As long as we're invited to the wedding.
Yeah. There's this girl. Every time I get on Facebook, like her videos get recommended to me. I don't know her channel name, but I'm sure if I search on my Facebook, I could like find it as I just scroll down for like 10 minutes. But she's this goth girl, and she's like over 6 foot, and my God,
she can ruin your life any day.
She could make me, a weak man, very stupid, very quickly. And I'm not a weak man, but like around goth women, I'm a weak man.
Sounds about right.
There's this girl that's come into the card shop a couple times. I've talked to her like briefly in passing, but I'm like, I'm always like, I'm gonna talk to this girl. I'm gonna get to know her. I'm gonna get her number, and just go up to her. I'm like, hey, and then just walk away. I can't do it, bro. I can't. I got the confidence. I feel like I've got the looks. I don't know. Like, I'm not a 10 or anything. I feel like I'm a solid 7. But, like, I got the looks. I got the hobbies. I could have this conversation, I feel like. But I can't. Not at all. Nice to know you have priorities in line. Yes, sir.
The priorities are always there.
Hey, turns and walks to the way. Don't out me like that. That might be what happened, but don't out me like that.
He read you like a book.
Dude, okay, literally the last time that happened though, I walked up. Oh crap, that's a torch chick. And she was buying stuff for Magic. And she had these black booty shorts on. And
Oh boy.
I forgot what I walked up there for. I walked up there for something for Yu-Gi-Oh! I just forgot what it was. I was just like, good lord. Flex your commitment to shiny hunting, that'll for sure guarantee a catch. If I can't even catch a shiny, how can I do that?
She'll know you're persistent.
Yeah. Like, look, I'm not afraid of commitment.
I'm not afraid of commitment. Shows her the 9,473 encounters. And I'm still going.
Or I could just quote
Jesus.
historians like, many beat their meat but lose the war. Sun Tzu or whatever he said. I don't know. Let me tell you, she's not goth. But one woman I would love to have a shot with would be Hayley Williams from Paramore. But see, here's the thing. if somehow this ever miraculously happened, she would like walk up to me and be like, "So I heard you wanted to like, you know, shoot your shot." I'd fall over face first. I would lose the shot immediately. I would have no chance. I would be on the bottom of the list. It would never happen. I had the fattest crush on her growing up, and still do. She's a very attractive woman. Very attractive woman.
Not with that attitude, you won't.
She asked me, she's like, "What do you do for work?" I'm like, "I'm a CEO of a company that advertises and produces content as well as advice from here and there, like counseling, kind of like consultants. But it's like a very tight-knit community. People come together, and sometimes it's commission-based, where people will just like send money in while I'm doing this content creation, and it's yeah, I run an army. And she's like, "Really, an army?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm just like, "Turtles, assemble!" And then there's 3 people in my live stream. That's my professional markup of a live streamer, chat, to make it sound more professional than it actually is. Like, legit, on my resume, I have content creation on there just because I've done it for so long, and I've made money off of it for, like, 5 years. And I have on there, like, on skills, advertisement, branding, maintaining the audience of multiple people, and staying interactive, like, all these things that sound professional. I'm like, nah, I just play video games for 2 hours.
Just play video games for 2 hours, you know, hang out with my friends.
But I make it sound way more professional than it actually is. But, I mean, all that stuff is true. Like, I do my own branding. I advertise the streams out. Granted, not really many people see those advertisements. That's besides the point. I do keep an audience of people. Might not be massive, but it's there.
You do keep an audience.
Loom says I should put Shiny Hunter on my resume. Tell that company you're not afraid of commitment. You can be there for years.
I can be here for years, for months. I'm not afraid of commitment.
Like months.
I'll probably actually cry if this Treecko hunt gets to 20k though.
I hope it doesn't.
Oh, me too. I hope I get it like the next 1,000 encounters.
I also hope you don't get blazing again.
Oh, that's funny.
Version says, "It's full odds, guys. Check me out." I just want to get my Treecko and move on for all the ladies out there. Good luck in Gen 4 compared to Gen 7, which is funny. I've had a couple of shinies in Gen 4. Granted, most of them were Poke Radar hunted, but I did have that full odds Sphero. That was pretty cool.
Up on the channel.
You want to do some Skull the Siren song and work on our guild rep while we watch some Fairy Tail Heath, since it's just like go to point A to point B to point C?
Might as well.
I did like 3 today, just to like test the rep to see if it'd go down at all after like doing it so many times. But like I still been making like 50 to 75k gold, and like the rep still goes up just as much. So we should be able to grind it out. By the time we get that achievement, we should also be guild level 15. Yeah, we can just immediately start working on those commendation achievements. Right around Titanol and Ultra Sun. Is Titanol like a mythic or a legendary?
Hypno is an Ultra Beast.
An Ultra Beast, okay.
I thought it was a mythical, but what do I know?
Well, I mean, it's called the Ultra Killer. So.
It's both type Null and Poipo, they both evolve. Actually, they're the only ones from Gen 7 I know that evolve.
So it's Nebby.
Nebby!
That's like Buzzswole.
Stay in the bowl, Stay
in the damn bag,
bag, Nebby. Duh.
Nebby, stay in the bag.
Stay in the bag, Nebby.
You can open a booster pack.
Do I know Nissa? You mean the gym leader from Gen 8? The whole reason I kept playing that game?
That's not... That's Nessa.
Oh. Then no, I don't know Nissa.
I believe she does art and stuff for people.
Yeah, Nissa does art. And she quacks like a duck.
Wax?
And streams, question mark, I think.
And she does stream.
Aiden's girlfriend does mimicuse. Chat, somebody Photoshop my face onto a turtle in one side of the pond, and Nissa's face onto a duck on the other side of the pond, and insert epic battle music.
You having a quack off?
The quackening.
Quackening, yes.
Isn't that what happened in
Picture that
Attack on
giant
Titan?
inflatable duck.
No, that was the rumbling.
Oh. Could have fooled me.
Rumbling.
Well, even though I only know that because of Dylan.
The storm.
Rumbling.
Oh my gosh. A turtle on Heath. I got a screenshot you guys will laugh at.
Oh god.
Wait. It's actually funny.
Yo, I can wonder pick for either a Golbat or a full art Marowak.
I hope you pulled the full art Marowak. Also, Heath, are we friends on there?
I believe so.
Do that with she's a PNG VTuber, but she made a Buzzwole Mimikyu, and it looks like it's gonna bully me and go into the gym.
Suck at this shit. Oh my god, who made that, Michaela?
It was Robbie.
Oh my god. Okay, why did I go against myself? I always go top left, and I didn't go top left, and it was in the top left.
Rude.
Can't fit this pizza in my mini fridge.
I hate my life. I love that.
One sec, chat. I'm gonna go put this pizza back in the fridge. Was that a pizza? Yes, there's another slice left, but I'm full now, so I'm gonna put it back in the fridge.
Oh my gosh, that was funny. That was hilarious. That started because I said to Wade in his chat, I was like, I know what you did last night. And then went from that to Rising saying, where's like the end of the sentence? He said, it's too hot to say in chat.
Alright, I grabbed an apple because it's important to eat your fruits and your vegetables. So I had tomato on pizza, and now I got an apple.
Hey,
Although
apple.
tomato is a fruit, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm eating my fruits and fruits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pizza confirmed.
Why did I come back to Z saying hexagonal titties?
I have no idea.
What the heck? Oh my gosh, what was funny? He was with that, like, me, Rising, and Robbie. All three of us were just dying laughing during my stream earlier.
Can I clip in this format? I'm not sure. Also, this apple has so much flavor. It's so good.
There should be a clip button still.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure
guess,
there
I guess
is.
if you're on mobile, I have no clue.
Yeah, I have no clue on mobile.
You got banned from eating apples in class one time? How you do that?
Probably from eating an apple in class.
They couldn't handle the crunch.
You can't handle the truth.
Truth. You can't handle the truth.
I walk into the doctor's office with an apple and start like gently like putting it into the palm of their hand like a baseball. I'm like, all right, listen. This can go one of two ways. Option A, you can let me walk in here, you give me a diagnosis, and I'll be on my way. Option 2, you try and charge me an obscene amount of money, and this apple goes where the sun don't shine. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's gonna keep you away for 10 years. And by playing this current Yu-Gi-Oh format, 100%. Brought 32 apples to class. I said if you can finish them in the next 5 minutes, I don't care, but I don't think you can. I did history. Teacher asked how. That's a lot of apples, bro.
Oh my god, they're revealing cards for the Japanese version of Prismatic Evolution set. These cards are crazy.
Ryan, to answer your question, Ancient Gears. Because I've been playing Ancient Gears for 9 years, and I've played them in every format, and this format, they go in the strongest. They got their very first regional top about 2 weeks ago in the Midwest. They also appeared at Nationals this last year. However, this upcoming format, going into Ryzeal and Malice format, I think they get even stronger. Especially as they start hitting Tenpai Dragons more and more. Because right now, people are focused on Tenpai Dragons. And I think that's kind of what's holding the deck back, as Tenpai Dragons being another going second deck. Everything that's good against Tenpai is also just transversely good against Ancient Gear, just inherently. So whenever Tenpai Dragons leaves the format, and people stop preparing for Tenpai Dragons specifically, there's less preparation for gears, and they have better chances to catch people off guard. But even with that in mind, with Tenpai Dragons still in the format, Ancient Gears are still very powerful with the right pilot. Because it's a very autopilot deck, like it doesn't take much to play the strategy. However, there are certain scenarios where interactions do arise whenever you don't have Ancient Gear Fortress for the protection. And that's where the pilot matters, like knowing what cards to play in which order, what out to bait. And there's just more times to interact, I think, in Ancient Gear versus Tenpai Dragon, since the Tenpai Dragon engine is just so freaking small. It's just like, do you draw engine or hand traps? With Ancient Gear, the engine's much larger, so you have to be really precise with what out of engine you're running. So I think the interaction's a little bit higher. That's fair. I've been playing Tenpai because I had Trident and need something for a regional. That's fair. Tenpai Dragons are very powerful in this format. Oh, you got a regional top? That's dope. Not the last regional, but the one I went to before that in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, I got top 32 with Ancient Gear. And every time I've been to Tuscaloosa, I've been used to the topping for regionals being top 32 because enough people show up. So when I got 31st with Gears, I was so excited because I was like, I just got my regional top with Ancient Gear, then found out not enough people this time around registered, and it was top 16, and I was so pissed. But I still got 31st at a regional with Ancient Gear, so I was super excited. Back in my day, the only hand trap was Karibo. I mean, Karibo functionally is a hand trap, but is not a hand trap. Functionally it is, because you can activate it on the opponent's turn from the hand.
When Karibo level 10.
Almost my first regional round 7, I got King Calamity locked. Dude, I hated Calamity. I'm so glad that thing is gone. It was so freaking toxic. For the non-Yu-Gi-Oh players in chat and call, to translate for you, King Calamity, number one, it's got a much longer name, and I'm not going to say it because I feel like my furniture's going to start moving around if I do. But basically it says, you play this card for the rest of this turn, your opponent can't play cards on the field, which is like where 99% of the cards are played. So it basically says, you play this card, you're winning this game. And the opponent would find ways to make it on your turn. That way, for the rest of your turn, you can't play cards. And it's so stupid. Like, it got so consistent. There were some other cards that came out that made it easier to summon on the opponent's turn, and it needed to go. It was such a toxic card. Yeah,
So
Apple's
basically,
huh?
you can't play the children's card game.
Well, like, you can still play things in the graveyard or banishment if they have effects. But typically effects like that put stuff back in your hand or put something on the field. And then you can't do anything with it because now it's on the field and Calamity's like, nah. So it basically locks you out of the game. You beat Snake Eye though, had fun, can't wait to go next year. Yeah, I'm going to one this coming weekend. Not like, you know, this weekend that's about to be right now, but the next weekend. It's in Mobile, Alabama. I live in Tennessee. But making the drive, me and my team were going. We just started a team. But we're going to that one. I'm going to be going to Goodlettsville, Tennessee in January. There's one in South Carolina we're thinking about going to. As Mora Nomar Dakar Distinu Cool Dakar. I just say that card. Okay. We're gonna play Runic Stardust, but Baron got banned. See, I'm iffy on the Baron ban, alright? And I know this is turning into a Yu-Gi-Oh! Conversation instead of Pokemon, but Baron, in and of itself, did nothing wrong. Did not deserve the ban. However, the design of Baron did everything wrong and deserved the ban because of how generic it was and how every deck in the format that it was still alive in was ending on at some point. It was like, let's make an inboard plus Baron. And I'm just not a fan of cards that are so openly generic that anybody can use them unless by like archetypal design, like say the Nightmare monsters like Unicorn, Griffin, stuff like that. Unless they're supposed to be that way. Baron's an archetypal monster from the Fleur archetype, yet it's so openly generic. And I'm just not a fan of that. I don't think it's good card design. I think if Baron was going to be that generic, they should make the negate similar to the Dragoon, where you have to discard a card, or like make it like a 2,000 attack point monster. That way the Kashtira monsters like Fenrir can just be summoned and beat over it or something. Make it weaker than it was. Because it was a 3k body that was super easy to make, that had a negate, that could tag out and summon something. It just did too much for how generic it was. But Baron itself did nothing wrong. I just think it's the card design that got it banned. And like, on the flip side of that, like, take Link Kuriboh. Link Kuriboh did nothing wrong. But instead of its card design being what got it banned, It's the Snake Eye archetype that got it banned. Because they're bad card design. A couple of years, I feel like Savage was fine. Yeah, I mean, I think Savage was a very, very, very premature hit for Malice because they have a bunch of Link monsters, and it's very easy to abuse effects with those Link monsters. Like, for example, this is another Link monster, but Access Code is so stupid strong in Malice because their effects activate when they're banished to summon themselves, and Access Code will just banish one of them from the graveyard to pop a card, and then the Malice monster that you just banished summons itself back. And it's like, just having that plus Savage is kind of insane to me. So I think it was just a very, very, very premature hit. And I think they were also hitting it because they hit Baron. They're both generic monsters. Like, I think Borreload Savage should have taken a Rocket Tuner. But, I don't know. What do I know? I'm just an Ancient Gear player, so... I've been referred to as the anime duelist, the casual duelist, the jank player, so, I mean... My diagnosis of the format and card design can be completely incorrect. Who knows? But I agree with what you said about the Baron hit and how it's going to be banned for a couple of years. I don't know if it's going to be a couple of years, but I think they're going to keep it banned until the overall power of the game is somehow adjusted and fixed, because it's getting way too out of hand. The game's been getting faster since it came out in 2002, and cards are starting to do way too much. I know I've gotten some hate for saying this before recently, like in person, but I think the Mulcharmies are a very healthy card design. Realistically, they're 1/3, each of them are 1/3 of Max C, which is a very toxic card. However, they have restrictions where they can only be activated if you have no cards. If you draw too many cards, then you have to shuffle stuff randomly back. They can be ashed, they can be called by, they can be crossed out. There's a lot of weaknesses to them. But, I think it's a good step in the right direction for adjusting part of the game, which is going second, because going second has always been awful for players. But, we now have to fix the issue of going first. Like, you've made going second stronger, but it's like, here's going first, here was going second, the Mulcharmies brought it up to, like, right here. It's still way below going first. And it's hard to kind of, like, create a sense of fairness in a game that is, like, hey, let's keep your opponent from playing the game. So, I don't know. I think once they fix the power level of the game itself, Baron could come back. Actually, it's more well-designed than Max C. 100%. Max C is just stupid. It's just like, hey, discard this to the graveyard and draw a card every time your opponent summons a monster. Bad card design. But one where it says, if you control no cards, you can discard this card. Whenever your opponent summons from specifically this 1 or 2 places, you can draw a card. But if you draw too many, shuffle some back into the deck. I like that. It checks it. And it kind of punishes you. Because, like, if you activate Mulcharmy, Fuelos, and Perulia, now you're drawing 2 cards. Or not 2 cards, but you're drawing, like, more cards. Because it's summoning from deck, extra deck, hand, all that. Now your chances of having too many cards has gone up. I just think people are very afraid of the Mulcharmies just because of how similar they are to Max C, which is entirely fair. Max C is an awful card. Going second was better at one point. The game had more game added. I mean, if we break it down to when Legend of Blue Eyes first came out, going first or second didn't really matter. There was no strategy. It was just, hey, I drew a monster, let me summon it. Yugi Kaiba format was more developed we had the starter decks, and La Jin came out and started at Kaiba, so it was like, hey, beatdown is the way to go. Like, we got to summon big monsters quickly and just control the board state. So going first or second still didn't really matter that much. It was more like who draws La Jin first, or who can get to a higher attack point monster, like summon Skull first or something. But definitely going first was more preferred in the second core set, Metal Raiders, because counter traps became a thing. And negation was introduced into the game. So, like, if you can set up some negation and a monster, you're a little bit better off going first. Now, granted, the going first, going second preference was never really, like, heavily installed into the game until, like, a little bit later. Like, probably around Chaos format, which would be Invasion of Chaos. But, it definitely very quickly became going first as the option to go. And there's kind of like a paper trail of cards if you actually heavily look at the history of the game and card design. So, there was some really good board breakers in the very first set, Legend of Blue Eyes. You had Dark Hole, Raigeki, yada yada yada. Then you had counter traps, negation, substitutions, and Metal Raiders. Then in Magic Ruler, we had more board breakers. And then it would just go back and forth from board breakers to going first cards. Stronger going second cards, stronger going first cards. And they keep like pushing each other up all the way to this current format that we're in, to where it's just spiraled out of control. It's way too quick. Cards do way too much. And some people have left the game because of it. And it's like, it's funny because to do this, cards need more text, right? And I've seen Magic players actually laugh at Yu-Gi-Oh cards because they're like, how do you read all of that text? Like, we could fit a giant picture, like with extended art, a flavor text, and an effect on this card. And it's because they have problem-solving card text. They have keywords. They have stuff like trample, or they have flying, things like that. We just have stuff that says, during the turn, this thing was normal or special summoned. If the blah, 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 it just goes on and on and on. I'm sorry if I'm rambling, Ryan. I hope I answered your question. Put an X on Karibo, had Mirror Force on field, and beat down the opponent with Karibo. That is hilarious. But yes, I am playing this format. I don't think the Mold Charmies are a reason to not play this format. I think a more well-rounded argument as to why people are taking a break from this format is because Snake Eyes has been running rampant for over a year now, and it needs to be addressed more than it was on this last ban list. And it's become stale. 100% agree with that. But, I mean, as me being a rogue player, I could really care less what happens with the meta, because I'm just blind going second into it anyways. But the meta is very important for the game. I won't deny that. Last time I rambled this much about Yu-Gi-Oh, Max was in call, and he was like, wow, you're really a weeaboo.
You're very passionate. It's me with like 3/4 of the anime that I watch.
They said, oh, okay, that's a lot of text. And yeah, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh cards just have a lot of text. Like, if you are a Yu-Gi-Oh player, have you read a Pendulum monster from, like, the last 5 years? It's insanity how much text. Don't get me started on DDD. DDD cards, number one, their names are ridiculously long. Number two, almost the entire bottom of the card is black because there's so much text on it that, like, that's the first thing you see is the color black because you see all the ink. And I really don't want to read the effect of DDD Super High Flame King Purple Cheeto Dust Destroyer of Worlds Burrito and then look at him and be like, I still don't get it. That's a joke, chat, by the way. That's not the card's actual name. But I mean, that's besides the point. Like, there's sometimes cards, like, I'll openly admit, there's been cards that have had so much text on them, I've looked at my opponent and be like, oh, okay. If its effect comes up, will you let me know? And they're like, sure. And I'm like, awesome. That just means if something's gonna happen, he can tell me then, and I don't have to read the stupid thing. Yu-Gi-Oh! Players don't read. This is no secret. But, we should. Because reading the card explains the card. We just don't read.
Imagine reading.
Ancient Gear is just so freaking funny, bro. Because there's a trap card that just says, if your opponent has a monster and you control an Ancient Gear Golem, you can fusion summon a monster using the Golem and stuff from your field or graveyard as material, and whatever you fusion summon can attack 3 times. And people are like, oh, that's fine. I'll just negate the monster's effects. And I'm like, okay, cool. Now he doesn't do piercing damage, so like if you're in defense, it actually matters. But he's still attacking 3 times. Like, what do you mean? I negated it. I'm like, that's not an effect. It just gains the inherent ability to attack 3 times. Like, I did that to a guy at Locals the other night. Like, he did a thing that like blanket negated everything on field. And I was like, cool. Attack your defense, guy. He's like, yep. I was like, attack directly. And attack directly again for a game. He's like, how? I was like, it can attack 3 times. It's not an effect. It just does it. And he's like, I wish you would have told me that. And I'm like, why would I tell you that? I'm not going to tell you how I'm going to kill you. For real, though, I do love all the guys at my Locals. They're great people. But, like, especially because they're my friends. I'm definitely not going to tell them unless they ask me, hey, can you still do this? And I'll be like, yes or no. There being a thing with the Burb Warrior from GX era who could attack twice. Burb Warrior. You gotta be more specific than Burb Warrior.
Yeah, that's not very, very helpful.
I just started doing this thing in the last couple of regionals I've gone to, where if I sit down and I play cards and my opponent's just like, okay, I just know they're not reading my stuff. So I'm just not going to sit there and explain every single detail of the card unless they ask me, hey, what does that do and what does that mean? If they just say, okay, I'm just going to keep playing the game. Because Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a very information-based game. Like, knowledge is definitely power. And if they're just going to sit there and let me play my entire deck because they underestimate it because it's an anime deck, that's on them. I'm not going to sit there and say, hey, this is the card you need to stop because it does this, this, and this. Now, if they ask me, like, hey, what does that do? And I tell them, like, oh, no, that's too powerful. Yeah, I'm going to stop it. Then, yeah, 100%. I have to tell them because otherwise it's misrepresenting the game state and I could get a game loss for that if I just tell them, no, it doesn't do that, but it actually does. But, yeah, if they don't even ask, I just play the whole deck. And then they get their teeth kicked in. Like, 2 or 3 regionals ago, I played against this one guy. And he had a board full of monsters. And I was trying to make my one big guy that can attack everything. And he's basically invincible when we're in battle phase. And he deals damage even if they're defending. So with a board full of monsters, it was 100% game. And this man let me climb all the way up to him, go to battle, and he's like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, game? And he's like, what do you mean game? I said, well, he's unaffected by spells and traps. We're in the battle phase now, so you can't activate monster effects. He attacks everything once each, and he does piercing, and he's got 4,500 points. You've got 5 monsters. One of them is at 0-0. One of them's got 500. The rest have like 15 to 2k defense. That's like double the amount of damage I need to kill you. He's like, well, I didn't know that. Hold up. So during the main phase 1, I was like, no sir, big fella. You said we were good to go to battle phase. We're in battle phase. That is a game. You lose. And then after that match, because that was the thing that won me the game, he was talking to his friends, like, saying how upset he was and how, like, sacky Ancient Gear was, and he got cheated out of a win, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, whatever, dude. That is completely on you. Like, I literally set a Glock down on the table in front of him, and he didn't even ask me if it was loaded. That's basically what happened. Not really. But, like, because, like, I wouldn't bring a gun to an event, guys. But, like, I set a gun, metaphorically, I put a gun on the table in front of him, and he was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Instead of asking, hey, is it loaded? What type of ammo is in that thing? Is it gonna hurt me? Am I gonna die?
Bruh.
And then when I pulled the trigger, he's like, wait. Before you pick that gun up. That's metaphorically what happened. Reading cards is hard. It really is sometimes. Like I said, I admit, I've done that myself. There's been cards I haven't read. I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. We're all guilty of it. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic added rules of phases being clear, and once moved on, it's moved on because of salty babies like that. Yeah. I mean, for Yu-Gi-Oh! To progress, for everyone that doesn't know, the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Has many phases. You have the draw phase, where you draw a card for the start of your turn, unless you're going first, of course, because you don't draw a card then. Then you have the standby phase, which is just to see if there's anything that triggers or happens or anything like that. Then you have main phase 1, where typically cards are played, because you can play cards in all phases, technically. But, like, it's the main phase that cards are played, hence the name, main phase. Then you have the battle phase, if you decide to go to battle. Also, going first, you can't go to battle, so going first, that doesn't apply. Then, you have, if you've went to battle, you have main phase 2, where you can play more cards. Then you have the end phase, and then it goes to the next person's turn, and all those phases go again. Draw phase, standby phase, main phase, potentially the battle phase if you choose to go to it, yada yada yada. It just repeats until the game's over. And it's in the rules of the game that both players must agree for a phase to conclude and proceed to the next phase. If both players do not agree, hey, this phase is over, then you're still technically in that phase. So when I say, hey, battle phase, and he's like, yep, you're good, we moved to battle phase. That was concluded. It was unanimous. We decided. And he's like, wait, hold on. Before battle, because I didn't know that. Yu-Gi-Oh! Took away turn 1 draw. When did that happen? That happened, like, over 15 years ago, bro. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago. In the video games, you could draw going first for a long time, and old school Yu-Gi-Oh! You could draw going first. I think up until, like, XC's era. So 10. But actually, Master Rule 4. No, it wasn't 4. Because we had Master Rule 3 in the Synchro and XC's era in 2016. And then 4 came out post-Link. So, like, 2018, 2019 is when we got Master Rule 4. 3's pin, yeah. So that makes sense. That tracks, yeah. 10, 15-ish. Whenever Master Rule 3 was done with. Oh, that's right. I kind of forgot pendulums exist. So, Synchro, XC's, then Pendulum, then Link. Pendulums are just, like, so not played. Which is a shame, because I honestly do like pendulums. I think they're cool. They're a cool idea. It's just they confused way too many people.
It's a good idea, but it's bad in execution.
Well, not really that. It's just Konami really thought that Yu-Gi-Oh! Needed an innovative, new, fresh thing to energize the player base. So, yo, what's up, Justin? And they decided Pendulum was the way to go for that. And while it was a really cool idea and it's really unique, it was too quick and too much of a shock to most of the players. And they're like, nah, this is changing too much, I'm out. And a lot of people hopped out during pen format.
Unfortunate.
I mean, I don't necessarily blame them because the game was essentially the same all the way up to that point. Like, yeah, Synchro was weird, Next Season was weird, like if you grew up with the original. But, like, it was doable. It was tolerable because, like, you're like, okay, that kind of makes sense. It's kind of like Fusion. But then Pendulum was like, hey, you have to have a card in this scale, and this scale. They got these little crystal things with a number on it that you have to read. If they leave the field, they go face up on your extra. Like, it was just a lot of information at once, and it wasn't really explained very well. Because anime doesn't do a great job of explaining cards sometimes. So, It was too much of a shock to players. Like, I'll openly admit, myself growing up, I didn't understand pendulums either. I just recently started to understand pendulum cards. Okay, like, realistically, though, all summoning mechanics in Yu-Gi-Oh! Minus pendulum summoning is basically a fusion summon. Alright? A buddy of mine had this conversation with me, and I was like, yo, that makes sense. First, you have fusion. It's obviously fusion. That's why it's called that. You take two monsters, play a card, use the monsters together, make a bigger monster. You have ritual. Take two monsters, use a card, tribute them, make a different monster. That's basically fusion, right? Then you have synchro. Take two monsters, slap them together. Their levels are what matters here, but you make a bigger monster. It's basically fusion. You have Xyz. You take two monsters, put them on top of each other, make another monster. That's basically fusion. And then Link, you send two to the graveyard, kind of like, I don't know, contact fusion, which was a thing back in GX. Make a different monster. It's all fusion except for pendulum summoning. It has ruined that for me, and I have to tell everyone now. Isn't there Xyz monster that takes like 3 or more monsters? Sometimes, yeah, but some rituals could take 3 monsters. Some fusions can take 3 or 4 or more. Some links take 3 or 4 or more. Some synchros take, like, 2 non-tuners and a tuner. I mean, it's across the board. Realize Exodia is a fusion monster. I mean, there is that new Exodia fusion monster, yes, but like the old Exodia, not really. That was just more of like, draw all the cards and you win. Also, I feel like tonight's stream is going slower than normal. Like, it's an hour 20 already. I'm not even at the amount. Usually I do 200 encounters like 10 minutes ago. I mean, I'm okay with that. But...
I guess streams be like that sometimes.
I was so mad earlier today. I called Publix because I had a prescription I needed to pick up. And I went over there yesterday, and they told me, hey, we don't have it in stock today, but we're going to order it. It'll be ready tomorrow. So just come by and you can grab it and pay for it. I'm like, all right, that sounds good. So I called before I left because I live very far away from everything. And they're like, yeah, yesterday they put it on order, so it'd be here Friday. So yeah, if you want to come in tomorrow, you can come get it. And I'm like, but they told me yesterday it would be there today. Like, what if I had left and not called? They said it'd be here like today. They're like, no, they put it in the system to be ordered for Friday. I'm like, oh my god. And like, I really need it too, so like, it's very frustrating. Cold gray, rainy weather, kind of felt that vibe all day. That's fair. Spit at me, but the worst part is they called me saying it was there. Oh, that's even worse. I'd fight someone when I get there if that was the case. Okay, look, this Publix that I have to go to tomorrow to get this prescription is like 35 minutes away. And that's the closest thing to me, basically. Like, if it was anywhere else, it'd be like 45 minutes to an hour.
They're good.
I don't think I am good. But he got fired, as he should. You guys think we're gonna get it tonight? Got 14 more encounters.
I don't think so.
Me either. Oh, we'll see.
We shall see.
Gives Turtle my shiny Treecko. Well, let's see if Z is telling me the truth or if he's just yanking my chain. Did I get Z's shiny Treecko? I did not. That would have been insane if that was actually shiny. I'm actually willing to give you it. Well, I gotta get it myself though, otherwise there's no like meaning for me for it, you know? I gotta earn it.
He has to earn it just like his god wife.
Right. On my honey mustard fried chicken, you'll get this right now. Bet. Let's see. On Version's honey mustard fried chicken. Is it shiny? I would have been so pissed if the Poochyena was shiny.
Bruh.
You don't have enough honey mustard fried chicken, Looms. Go get 10 more pounds. I'm throwing it away. No, don't throw it away.
Don't throw the chicken away. Don't do it.
Don't let the Geico Gecko be responsible for you losing your chicken.
I blame J-Bulls.
Not fair.
It's all J-Bulls' fault.
Cable's a fault. Your fault.
I hold you responsibility.
Z says on my triple meat Totino's pizza shiny at 9605. Well, we won't be going to 9605 tonight, but Geico Gecko just runs up to me saying, "Are you chicken?
Chicken?
What you doing,
Chocolate?
Chocolate?
Did you say chocolate?
95.99 bet.
Yeah, now I do want some chocolate.
Yeah, Heath and I gotta play some Sea of Thieves, and Heath Bry and I gotta watch some Fairy Tale.
Are you ready for some more fairy tale?
Just make sure when you're watching, you turn the lights on in the room, and don't sit too close to the TV. Heath with his lights off and like an inch from the screen. He sees Urza and he's like, "Oh man!"
With a blanket on him.
He sees Urza, he's like, "I'm fired up now," which I don't blame him for that. Heath is very real for that.
95.99.
Because I'm the same way when Kana's on the screen.
Juvia.
I don't know what it is about Kana, honestly. But like, my god.
She's an alcoholic.
Z says I lost a plate. How do you lose a plate?
Very carefully.
DKs. That's
Alright, this will be an encounter that Z said on his Totino's pizza. Let's see. Oh. Last one, chat. It's not shiny. Oh well. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for another stream. You guys take it easy. Have a good one. See you when I see you. In peace.